You know this for sure. I don't need to go talk to anyone. I know you know this.
All right.
Dude, I have, there's an actual symptom or actual diagnosis of like the Truman diagnosis or whatever,
Like
where
Truman
you
Show.
think people are watching you, you think you're a show, or you think people.
It's the Truman Show!
All right, guys, welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, the podcast.
What if you were watched every moment of your life?
May not know to
What if everyone you knew was pretending?
start the show.
Dude, you know this more than anyone. Don't I sometimes think that? So that's
100%. Like
That's a true diagnosis I have.
sometimes when
I could
we're
self-diagnose
hanging out-
myself with 100% accuracy on that, and you could testify. Tell me.
100% every time we hang out, not every time, but sometimes when we hang out, I have to watch you.
I wear a foil hat.
No. I have to watch you for it because sometimes I see you going into that state.
Where are the cameras?
How many cameras you got there in that town?
5,000.
Yes,
And
then-
ironically,
when
I'm
you
in
get-
front of a camera right now.
right.
Sometimes I do believe, well, if the whole world's watching me, I might as well get paid for it. So make something with George and
might as well,
get
might
paid.
as well get compensated for it.
Use my undercover my undercover show that everyone's hiding from me. Might as well bank from
Yeah.
it in real
Well,
life.
That's also like when I also start whispering, "Hey man, too hard, too fast." Because when you start getting to that state, you gloss over and you're like, I can see you getting paranoid. So if I let you go too far, then there's no coming back from it. And you get
Until the next
so-
day,
Yeah, you get like someone who's like,
and then
the
I
worst-
reset.
The worst is when you're like, all right, you can stop right now. I know you're not my friend.
The last thing that I would ever do is lie to you.
I know all these years. You're
That
just
was
here-
one time in college.
No,
Hey,
dude.
it was legal at the time. Can we tell them what we did or no?
We'll save that for another time.
All right. Then,
Should
all
we
right.
save it or should we throw it out here?
We'll save it. We'll save it.
We'll save it. We'll save it for like
If you want to hear what we did, put it in the comments. That way we know you're listening.
yeah. Tweet us.
It was
put it-
legal at the time, okay? It was
Tweet it.
legal.
Put it in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. If you want to hear it, hit the like button. Subscribe. We gotta
So
know.
we shouldn't get it. Hey, we shouldn't get in trouble, right? If it was legal at the time.
No, I mean,
Fine.
no, right?
So put in the comment, what is it that you did that was legal that's not illegal? And we'll tell you.
I don't know. Can we like? I don't know.
No,
Right.
I'm sure we could. It was legal. I mean, screw it.
Yeah, whatever.
Put
All
it in
right.
the
So
comments.
if you want to know if there's a lot of demand for it, we'll say it. Anyway, though, so there was more than once. You probably don't remember.
No. I remember.
Most of the
That's
time.
when I first. It happened during college, maybe twice. It happened. It happened after I graduated, and I had my first place that I rented out, and you had to come over because I invited people, and I don't know why. Well, okay, it wasn't alcohol. All right, I don't know why. I thought, man, people are out to get me. George had to come out to get you.
Dude, what? I don't think I was even invited that day until you started freaking out and you needed me to come over and tell you it's all right.
Fade up music. That's our hero shot.
But anyway, so what happens is you get into that state and you're like, I know you're not my friend. I know you're just here to pretend with me. It's like you don't have to pretend anymore.
Hey, I don't know how much you're getting paid.
Right. Dude, if I was getting paid that much for that, I wouldn't be doing this podcast.
You wouldn't be my friend.
I would have quit years ago. No, but yeah, it's funny. It's always funny the day after. Like when
Yeah.
no, I guess it's fun. No. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, when we were in college, the very first time, maybe even the second time, it wasn't funny. After I knew like it was a chill thing, like it'll be all right. Like that you don't really get all crazy about it, then it's just a funny thing that happened. or that you have a paranoia of, I guess.
I do.
Which is weird. I wonder how many people have that paranoia. Like I don't feel
Put
like.
in the comments if you have that paranoia or something.
You know what
Let me tell you my paranoia. My paranoia is not necessarily that I'm being watched. I don't even care. I guess kind of similar to the Joker, but not like that. Maybe I'm a joke. Maybe my whole life's a joke. Like the Truman Show, his whole life was
That's
fake.
what you think. That's
You know what I mean? I don't even care. I just want to know the truth. If my life is fake, then I just want to know now. Hey, my life is fake. And that's cool.
There's nothing fake about himself.
Until now.
Or if my life's a joke, then I'm a joke. Hell, if my life is like the Matrix, where I'm just being controlled for something, hey, I just want to know. If aliens were just an experiment for aliens, and I just want to know. So I don't know if it's an individual thing. I don't know if it's a humanity thing, where maybe we're all in on a joke. We're the jokes. Humanity as a whole is a joke. Individually, I'm a joke, or maybe humanity as a whole is an experiment, or me individually is an experiment. And just for that, you're probably gonna call a psychiatrist right now, and I'm probably gonna get arrested right now.
Well, okay. Before I was gonna say some other stuff, but why do you think that there's a joke on you or a joke on humanity, but then you're also like one of the most spiritual or religious person or people that?
Hey man, people don't need to know that. People don't need to know that.
No, you don't want me to say that?
No, you could, I guess.
You don't want if we'll cut this out if you don't want.
No, leave it on.
Okay, well that's what I'm thinking. Like,
but
okay,
since you're gonna speak about it, then let me refer to something. Then
okay, I know maybe you probably don't want to talk about it because I've said that I don't want to talk about it. But you know what? At this point,
no, I'm down to talk about it.
We want to open up different perspectives.
But I'm being. Wow. Hey, but if you're going to talk about it, if you're spiritual, hey, let me tell you, okay, I'm going to refer back to our last podcast. Remember how we're talking about what podcast do we listen to and all that?
But we got to stop this. We got to go on with this conversation.
All right, then. Go ahead.
Nobody, doesn't matter anymore. They're talking about this right now. And I want to get to the bottom of this. Like, why do you think you're on camera as an experimental show or something, but you believe in and what you believe in?
Okay. Well, let me address the paranoia. Okay. Sometimes there's just some things that seem too much to be coincidental in my life, and I don't know. Maybe it really is just coincidental, and I don't know if other people have these experiences. It's just okay. For instance, my whole life I was told no one gives a damn what you're doing. No one gives a damn what you do. No one's paying attention to you. Everyone's into their own little world. So I grew up thinking that, great. But then there's times where I'm doing my own thing, thinking, oh, no one gives a fuck what I'm doing. And for whatever reason, they have to comment on something, or they have to give me their opinion on what I'm doing, okay? Or something like, for instance, let's say me and you had a private conversation, and then maybe 2 weeks later, someone else mentioned something so specific that just makes me kind of suspicious, because I'm like, well, and granted, it's not something that they had said. It's nothing that they're like addressing to me. It's just something they may have mentioned, but it just seems so specific that, like, for instance, like let's say me and you had just talked about, and granted, it could be coincidental. It's just it's reoccurred so many times that it just makes me think, well, what the fuck? Are people watching me, and that's why they hear a conversation that me and someone else is having, and then they just happen to reference it.
Or maybe, or maybe could it be that person you're telling a private conversation to is not a very trustworthy person? No, that is not a very trustworthy person, and they've been spreading.
No, because it would be people that don't even know. Look, dude, I've lived in different cities. It could be someone that I've told, like, for instance, me and you, if I go to San Antonio, okay, cool. I come back to where I live, and it could just be like maybe 2-3 weeks later, and then coincidentally, something so specific, they happen to reference something that, okay, and granted, like I said, it could be coincidental, but
they don't know each other? Those people wouldn't know each other?
No, they're different stories. It could be something I told to a family in El Paso, and then I go to San Antonio, and then a friend references something. And I'm like, okay. And, if it happens once in a while, then okay. But when it happens on a consistent basis, that makes me think, well, like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Or it could be I could go here, live here, family of friends, people that don't know each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course. If I tell you something and then Jen tells me something, well, no shit.
to
Like,
True
that's
Base.
enough.
True EP.
Exactly,
True
bro.
Base.
Exactly.
He knows too much. He knows too much.
That's what,
Cut him
that's
off.
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Is he looking at us?
Does he think he knows?
But
And I want to hear from other people. Do they experience that?
that makes sense.
And granted, I know maybe I overthink. I don't know. And granted, like I said, maybe it's just coincidental. It's just
I don't know, or maybe you just forgot that you told someone else.
no, but they're not. It's not something that they're addressing to me specifically. It's just something that they're just referencing, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wish I had a specific example. I didn't come prepared. But
Well, I'm sure this conversation will come up a lot in our case because I think
we don't need
like
to talk about this.
no. What I'm saying, no, because when we hang out, we've had this conversation more than once. It's like we've talked about why it would be coincidental, why you feel this way, why you get that paranoia of being watched or on a show or whatever. Like, it's a conversation that happens because something new has always happened to you that makes you think that way. So you just pose it as a question when we're hanging out. Like nothing weird where it's like, or nothing to worry from. It's just
No, it's nothing threatening.
Yeah, it's something to talk
just
about amongst each other when we're hanging out.
no, yeah. I mean, okay, for instance, you know how I just told you this joke about Adam Sandler's, right?
Right.
Or whatever.
Also, hold on. His name is Adam Sandler. There's no S at the end.
It's Samuel Adam Sandler. And granted, okay, I've told this story to like many people. Okay, I get that. But pretend, okay, for instance, like an example would be, not that this specifically has happened before, but for instance, okay, I told this story about, I confused a Samuel Adams and I accidentally called an Adam Sandler or some shit like that, right? And then imagine I meet someone new at a conference, something that no one would know, and granted, okay, and like I said, maybe it's coincidental. Imagine I'm having a conversation with them, and they're telling me, "Yeah, man, I had a stupid friend. He called Adam Sandler he called a Samuel Adams an Adam Sandler. What an idiot, huh?" And keep in mind, I could be at a con, I could be somewhere random. They mention that they're not addressing it to me. They're just Granted, like I said, it could be coincidental. Maybe there is someone else who accidentally made that mistake. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine? There has to be with all these people in the world. Like, there has to be another guy that made the same mistake.
Of course. And that's the thing. I'm not dismissing that. There's what, 7-8 billion people in the world? Surely. I know for a fact I'm not the only one.
Yeah, and have you heard about
but
that
then the probability of me bumping into someone who's gonna tell me that for whatever reason, what are the chances of that too? So hold
on. The probability is probably smaller when you think about how when you meet a stranger, we're connected to that stranger, but
we're 6 degrees separated.
Yeah. So like that makes you think like even smaller.
Yeah. I mean, this world's connected. No, yeah, you're right.
So I'm sure maybe, I don't know, man. I think it's more possible than you.
But okay, that's the thing. Has something like that ever happened to you?
I feel like I don't think about it as much as you. Like I don't think.
Yeah. And Grant, maybe I overthink things.
No, I mean it's not like I don't know if it's an overthinking thing. Maybe
you're killing my buzz, bro.
Maybe we'll
talk about the Joker.
Drink more and drink it faster. Drink it warm. I hear that's better. But I think that oh man, I lost what I was gonna go with. Thank you very much.
Hey bro, you know what you just created? You're gonna post this? People are gonna make fun of me for this.
Hey, if you want me to cut it, I'll cut it.
Nah, it's fine. I'll let you make your best joke.
Oh, you know what? And then there will be like more jokes of like, oh, you're on camera. That's messed up though. If people do that.
That's all right. Screw it. If it gives us attention and it gives me money, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Just sponsor me.
Yeah, right. You or us? This is a
Us.
two thing.
Specifically
there's
me.
a big number 2 right here.
My life has been a show for my whole life, dude. I deserve more money.
No, but I didn't mean to.
And granted, it's a delusion. It's a false delusion.
Yeah.
I know it's a delusion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've
And granted,
matured
it's like
you've matured a lot from it.
it's cognitive. What is it? Cognitive dissonance or something like that, where you just try to find things that support your theories or your thoughts, and you disregard
what it is.
things.
The more you, it's a thing. I learned it in high
It's a
school.
thing.
Anyways, like
Yeah.
once you're aware of it, the more you see it.
Analyze.
The more you experience it. Once you're aware of something that you probably weren't even aware of before, once your mind is open to it, the more you perceive it, the more.
No, of course. Okay, for instance,
The more
yeah,
you
no, of course.
observe-
Like for
observe
instance, when you bought your, can I say what you drive?
Yeah.
Okay, when you bought your Tundra, then you start noticing a bunch of Tundras on the road,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that phenomenon always happens where, yeah, like you said, once you're more conscious to something, or because it's something personal to you or something, then you notice it more out there. But it's
Yeah.
not like I'm looking for it. It's just that happens, and it's like, I mean, I wasn't looking for it. It's just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the whole theory. Is like once your mind is open to it, then it perceives it easier and faster and more often. Whatever. Like let's go on. I don't know. How do we even get here? Like I never even said my my self-diagnosis thing.
I know what's your diagnosis, bro.
Cut transmission.
What else is on?
Yeah, let's see what else. is.
Hey guys, that's the end of part 2. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned to Too Hard, Too Fast podcast.